Hello friends. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to marry a Virgo? Not just the sweet cliches, but the real, layered, fascinating experience of living beside a mind that organizes chaos into harmony? Let's unfold this portrait through 7 deep, textured dimensions, revealing both the heights and the shadows, the devotion and the difficulty, the magic and the meticulousness that define Virgo in the realm of marriage. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. Virgo's love language, precision wrapped in quiet devotion. Imagine love delivered not through grand declarations, but through a continuous stream of almost invisible gestures, tiny, deliberate acts that stack together like delicate stitches in a tapestry. To understand Virgo in marriage, you must imagine a partner whose care is so seamlessly integrated into daily life that you may mistake it for coincidence, when in reality it is the result of deep observation, careful thought, and an unwavering intention to make your world smoother, softer, gentler. A Virgo does not simply love you. They maintain you, emotionally, physically, spiritually, with the kind of disciplined tenderness that feels almost engineered. A Virgo spouse has the uncanny ability to read you the way a botanist reads plants. The tilt of your shoulders, the tone of your voice, the absent-minded sigh you release in the middle of a sentence. They see all of it, interpret all of it, and respond long before the words, "I need help," ever leave your mouth. If you walk into the room, they know whether you want conversation or silence. If you mention a small annoyance, they're already planning the solution. Their attention is microscopic, and their love moves in practical channels, replacing the bulb before it burns out, tightening the loose screw before it squeaks, setting aside the last cookie because they know it's your favorite even though you never said so out loud. Their devotion takes the form of efficiency, reorganizing your shared spaces so your mornings flow smoothly, anticipating future complications and eliminating them before they arise, noticing which brand of tea calms you the most and making sure the cabinet never runs out. To someone who thrives on emotional fireworks, this can feel like muted affection. But to someone who understands the language of steady care, Virgo's love is a sanctuary, quiet, structured, constantly evolving to meet your needs. And yet, this precision can confuse the untrained heart. To some partners, Virgo's attentiveness feels like magic, an almost supernatural ability to sense discomfort and correct it with soft, unobtrusive actions. But to others, especially those who guard their independence fiercely, this same attentiveness can feel like surveillance, like someone is always watching, always correcting, always improving. Virgo never intends to control. They simply cannot unsee inefficiency or emotional imbalance. Their instincts urge them to restore harmony, whether that means adjusting a crooked frame or adjusting a conversation that's drifting toward tension. This is the paradox of Virgo love. It feels effortless, but it is the product of intense effort. Virgo thinks, analyzes, evaluates, refines, constantly. Their mind is always active, always scanning for ways to make life better, safer, easier for the person they've chosen. Their love is a craft, a skill, a commitment to improvement that does not rest. They express affection not in poetry but in presence, steady, consistent, unshakable. Virgos crave emotional clarity, yet they rarely articulate their own feelings directly. Instead of saying, "I'm hurt," they might tidy the room with slightly more intensity than usual. Rather than proclaim, "I love you," they'll warm your car before you wake up on a winter morning. They communicate through patterns of reliability. They show up, they follow through, they remember, they plan, they protect. The reason they avoid loud emotional expression is not emotional coldness, it is emotional caution. Virgo fears being misunderstood, misinterpreted, or dismissed. Their vulnerability is precious, something they reveal slowly, layer by layer, only when trust feels fully earned. When a Virgo finally opens up emotionally, it feels like being allowed into a private library where every book is handwritten, fragile, and priceless. Their loyalty is not dramatic but absolute. Virgo views commitment as an everyday practice, something that must be continually nurtured through actions rather than promises. They do not make sweeping vows, they make daily choices, choices to stay, to help, to support, to refine the relationship so it grows stronger with time. To them, love is built, not declared. It is maintained, not assumed. It is proven, not proclaimed. In marriage, Virgo becomes a partner who quietly holds the foundation together. They remember how you take your coffee, how you react under pressure, how you behave when you're overwhelmed. They adapt to your rhythms without ever making a show of it. And when life becomes chaotic, Virgo becomes even calmer, even more grounded, stepping in with steady hands and a clear mind to help reorganize what has fallen apart. Their devotion is never casual. When Virgo chooses you, they choose you fully, your flaws, your moods, your quirks, your history. They see you in a way few others ever will, not through idealization, but through truth. And somehow, even after seeing everything, they stay. They don't worship you, they accompany you, correcting, supporting, polishing, improving the shared life you're building together. A Virgo spouse loves through constancy. The dinner prepared at just the right time, the bills paid without prompting, the message sent when they sense you're stressed, the solution offered before the problem escalates. They give stability to emotional hurricanes and structure to scattered dreams. And while their love may not always be loud, it is always present, an unbroken thread of thoughtful perfection woven through every day you live together. If you learn to read this language, the language of subtlety, foresight, and quiet devotion, you will experience one of the most profound forms of love a human being can offer. Love that thinks, love that notices, love that acts, love that remains. The emotional landscape, a calm sea with hidden depths. A Virgo's emotional world is a paradox wrapped in quiet grace, seemingly simple on the surface, yet infinitely intricate beneath. To love a Virgo is to learn how to read a sea that rarely storms, yet holds powerful currents beneath the stillness. Their calmness is not emptiness, it is a choice. Virgo feels deeply, often more deeply than they admit even to themselves, but they handle emotion the way a skilled sailor handles weather, studying patterns, predicting shifts, preparing quietly rather than panicking. Their composure is not a mask meant to deceive, it is a mechanism meant to protect the people they love from unnecessary turbulence. They believe that emotional chaos breeds misunderstanding, and misunderstanding breeds disconnection, so they try to keep the waters smooth. Yet beneath that serene surface lies a world of complexity, hopes they rarely say aloud, fears they suppress with logic, tenderness they offer with caution, and a sensitivity so acute it sometimes feels like a burden. Virgo wants their partner to feel deeply safe, to know without question that they are seen, valued, held, and respected. They are natural emotional protectors. They prioritize harmony over ego, clarity over chaos, sincerity over theatrics. And while they understand the emotional needs of others intuitively, they don't always grant themselves the same permission to be vulnerable. There is always that gentle hesitation, the moment of calculation before confession, the quiet pause before sharing the softest parts of themselves. A Virgo's emotional layers unfold slowly, like pages in a private journal that they reveal only to those who have consistently earned their trust. The first layer is always logic. Virgo analyzes emotions before allowing them to surface. If conflict arises, they pause, replay the situation in their mind, examine the cause instead of reacting to the symptom. They want to understand the mechanics of the moment so they can respond with precision rather than impulse. This can make them appear detached when, in truth, they're simply processing rapidly and internally. Beyond logic lies compassion. Even when Virgo feels frustrated, overwhelmed, or misunderstood, they instinctively soften their tone. They worry about hurting the feelings of the person they love, so they choose their words with delicate care. If they raise their voice, it's usually a sign of profound exhaustion, not anger. Their empathy is quiet but powerful, expressed through gentle correction, patient listening, and the kind of kindness that doesn't ask for recognition. The next layer is devotion. For Virgo, commitment is not conditional or ornamental, it is foundational. They consistently put the relationship above their own pride, bending when necessary, adjusting when needed, refining their behavior to create a stronger emotional environment for both partners. This devotion is not dramatic, it is disciplined. Every day, Virgo chooses the relationship again and again, often in ways that go unnoticed but never lack intention. Yet beneath all these layers lies the tenderest one: fear. Virgo carries an unspoken worry of disappointing the person they love. They fear not being enough, not doing enough, not providing enough emotional support or practical stability. This fear is not rooted in insecurity alone, it is rooted in responsibility. They feel accountable for the emotional well-being of their partner, almost as if your happiness becomes a mirror they must keep polished. This silent fear shapes many of their choices, their apologies, their silences, their attempts to fix problems before they grow. In moments of emotional overwhelm, Virgo doesn't erupt, they retreat. They don't withdraw out of disinterest, but out of a need to protect the sanctity of the relationship from reactions they haven't fully assessed. Silence becomes their armor, a brief refuge where they can untangle their thoughts, understand their feelings, and return with clarity instead of confusion. They step back not to punish but to preserve. They hesitate not to avoid closeness, but to ensure that the closeness remains genuine and calm. Introspection is their survival tool. A Virgo will sit with their emotions privately, sorting them into categories, diagnosing the root cause, searching for the most thoughtful way to express themselves. This internal processing means they often take longer to articulate what they feel, but when they do, their words are meaningful and precise, never reckless, never vague, never careless. To love a Virgo is to learn patience, not the passive kind, but the kind filled with understanding and trust. It means recognizing that their quiet moments are not emotional deserts but emotional workshops. It means gently encouraging them to share without pushing too hard. It means knowing that when they return from their silence, they come back clearer, kinder, more connected. A Virgo's emotional landscape is not dramatic, but it is profound. It is not loud, but it is loyal. It is not flashy, but it is full. Their emotions flow like a tide, steady, predictable, soothing, yet carry the depth of an ocean. They may not always reveal their storms, but they will always guide you safely through yours, offering a love that is calm, anchored, and immensely deep. Virgo in daily life, the architecture of harmony. Living with a Virgo is like stepping into a life designed with invisible blueprints, spaces shaped by intention, habits anchored in purpose, and daily rhythms arranged with the quiet elegance of someone who understands that harmony is not an accident but a craft. To love a Virgo is to inhabit a world where every detail, no matter how small, becomes a building block for stability. Their homes may not sparkle like museum galleries, but everything has a place, a purpose, a reason for being exactly where it is. Virgo doesn't tidy for appearance, they arrange for clarity. Their environment is an extension of their mind, structured, thoughtful, quietly efficient. Their routines are not rigid schedules imposed on others but personal guidelines that keep their inner universe balanced. A Virgo doesn't follow repetition because they fear change, they follow it because it frees their mind to focus on what matters. Morning rituals like brewing the perfect cup of coffee or setting up the day's tasks are less routines and more grounding mechanisms. They breathe more deeply when life flows in a steady cadence, like a soft metronome keeping emotional steadiness intact. In marriage, this blueprint becomes a shared ecosystem. A Virgo partner naturally becomes the engineer of comfort, the architect of flow, the one who fine-tunes the environment so both of you can move through life with less friction. They create systems, practical, intuitive, almost seamless, that make everyday living feel smoother. Whether it's organizing the pantry so meals are easier to prepare, setting up budgets that prevent financial stress, planning schedules to avoid last-minute chaos, or arranging shared spaces so mornings don't become battlegrounds, Virgo continuously refines the infrastructure of your life together. Their expectation of efficiency does not come from a desire to control, but from an instinct to care. Virgo believes that minimizing stress is an act of love. They will streamline routines not because they want to dictate how things are done, but because they want to protect the household from unnecessary obstacles. To them, efficiency is respect. respect for time, energy, and emotional well-being. They understand that disorganized environments breed anxious minds, and anxious minds breed unnecessary conflicts. So they remove the clutter, simplify the tasks, and gently guide the relationship toward calmness. And yet, the true brilliance of Virgo's daily presence lies in their micro-observations. They notice the tiny shift in your tone when something bothers you, the subtle slump in your posture when you're tired, the way you move around the room when you're stressed. They pick up on changes in the energy of the home, when the air feels heavier, when the conversation feels off, when the routine has lost its balance. Virgo is attuned not only to physical spaces but emotional ones. They sense disruptions before they escalate and often address them before you fully recognize them yourself. When life unravels, as it inevitably does, Virgo does not panic. Their resilience is one of quiet steel. While others freeze or catastrophize, Virgo goes into repair mode. They reorganize what's broken, restructure what's falling apart, and recalibrate what's been thrown off course. Virgo handles chaos with the calm of someone who knows that order can always be restored, even if the process takes time. Their strength emerges not through force but through method. They fix, refine, polish, improve, not as a desperate attempt to control circumstances but as an instinctive desire to restore balance. They are not perfectionists in the shallow, aesthetic sense. They do not fuss over flawless appearances or unreachable standards. Their perfectionism is internal, functional, deeply practical. Virgo seeks order because order creates comfort, because order gives room for peace, because order makes it easier for the people they love to breathe. What stands out most in daily life with a Virgo is the sense that you are living alongside someone who is constantly, quietly curating the best version of your shared world. They anticipate needs before they are spoken, adjust rhythms before they cause conflict, and adapt systems before inefficiencies turn into stress. They have a gift for transforming ordinary living into a kind of gentle choreography, movements planned, moments softened, interactions refined. Their architecture of harmony is not just designed for themselves, it is designed for you. Virgo builds a life where emotional safety is protected, where routines support your growth, where comfort isn't passive but intentionally crafted. They offer a structure that doesn't restrict you but holds you, a rhythm that doesn't confine you but steadies you, a home that doesn't merely exist but functions, beautifully, thoughtfully, quietly, because they are there, shaping the invisible architecture behind it all. To live with a Virgo is to live in a world where nothing is random, nothing is careless, and nothing is done without love. Their daily life is an art form, an ongoing composition where every detail contributes to harmony. And you, as their partner, become part of that masterpiece, living inside a life continuously polished by intention, patience, and unwavering devotion. Optimal zodiac partners for business with Virgo. In the business realm, Virgo undergoes a remarkable transformation. The same qualities that make them gentle, considerate, and quietly attentive in personal life sharpen into fine-edged tools of strategy, precision, and relentless preparedness when money, structure, or long-term planning are at stake. A Virgo in business is not merely organized, they are architecturally minded, building systems, frameworks, and methods that turn scattered ideas into executable plans. They are the type of partners who arrive with spreadsheets, contingency strategies, and 3 backup solutions to problems that haven't even surfaced yet. Their mind is a machine of optimization, continuously scanning for inefficiencies and reworking processes so the entire operation flows like a well-oiled mechanism. Because of this, Virgo thrives when paired with someone who values stability, realism, endurance, and intentional growth. The right business partner becomes not only an ally but a complement, a force that completes Virgo's intricate design. And among all the zodiac signs, 2 stand out as extraordinary collaborators, Capricorn and Taurus. These signs don't just work well with Virgo, they amplify Virgo's strengths while providing the grounding and balance necessary to build something lasting, scalable, and structurally sound. Capricorn stands as the most powerful strategic partner for Virgo in the business world. Both signs are governed by an unwavering respect for discipline, dedication, and results, but they approach these qualities from different angles. Capricorn brings ambition, the big picture vision that looks decades into the future. Capricorn sees the mountain, the summit, the long climb, and the empire waiting at the top. Virgo, on the other hand, sees the path. They notice the loose stones, the safest route, the provisions needed for the journey, the timing that must be calculated to avoid storms. Together, they form one of the most formidable professional alliances imaginable. Virgo builds the infrastructure, while Capricorn builds the legacy. This duo operates almost engineer-like in their synergy. Capricorn appreciates Virgo's eye for detail because it strengthens Capricorn's grand ambitions, keeping them grounded without limiting their scope. Virgo, in return, feels seen and valued because Capricorn relies on their precision and trusts their judgment. Capricorn's steady, determined energy gives Virgo the confidence to implement even their boldest systems. Each respects the other's expertise, and this mutual respect becomes the foundation of a partnership where progress is steady, expectations are met, and success becomes a near inevitability. Their workflow is clean, practical, direct, and above all, efficient. This pairing rarely wastes time. They plan, they execute, they refine, and they climb. Taurus, on the other hand, meets Virgo with a gentler yet equally potent energy. Where Capricorn brings long-term ambition, Taurus brings long-term stability. Taurus is the quiet financial mind of the zodiac, someone who understands the value of slow, steady growth, sensible investments, and the importance of building businesses that last instead of expanding recklessly. Taurus admires Virgo's planning and precision because it mirrors their own desire for reliability. Virgo admires Taurus's patience because it slows them down just enough to prevent burnout and impulsive adjustments. Their dynamic is less lightning and more steady rainfall, the kind that nourishes the soil deeply and steadily until something strong and durable emerges. Taurus provides Virgo with grounding when Virgo's mind begins spinning with possibilities or what-ifs. Taurus's calm, unwavering presence reminds Virgo that not everything needs to be optimized at once. Virgo gives Taurus the structure they sometimes lack, offering systems that help Taurus's ideas materialize into real, manageable growth. Both signs are earth-bound, anchored in logic, consistency, and a shared understanding that businesses must be built with care. Their collaboration feels natural, almost effortless, because both operate at a similar pace and value the same things: quality, stability, and slow-burning success. What makes both Capricorn and Taurus exceptional business partners for Virgo is not merely compatibility but alignment. Alignment in core values, work ethic, and the foundational belief that success built carefully is success that endures. None of these signs are impulsive. None chase trends or gamble recklessly. They don't run businesses like fireworks, beautiful but brief. They build businesses like architecture, calculated, reinforced, and meant to withstand time. These partnerships rarely crumble because they are erected on reason, not emotion, strategy, not spontaneity, mutual trust, not fleeting inspiration. Virgo offers refinement, analysis, and unwavering diligence. Capricorn contributes ambition, stamina, and structural foresight. Taurus provides stability, calm confidence, and financial intuition. Together, with Virgo at the core, these collaborations become engines of long-term prosperity, steady, durable, elegant in their efficiency, and grounded in an earth sign wisdom that prioritizes strength over flash and sustainability over spectacle. Shadows in marriage, Virgo's hardest traits to love. Every light has a shadow, and Virgo's devotion, even in its purity, its discipline, its extraordinary consistency, casts a distinct one. Their strengths, so admirable on the surface, can stretch into their opposites when pushed too far. Virgo's mind is a precision instrument, sharp, analytical, endlessly observant. But a blade that slices cleanly can also cut accidentally, and Virgo's intellect, when turned inward or toward a partner, can feel less like insight and more like overexposure. Loving a Virgo means learning to navigate the fine line between brilliance and burden, between support and scrutiny, between logic and fragility. They do not intend harm. They rarely even realize they've pierced someone's soft spots. But intention does not erase impact, and their partner often feels the weight of these shadow traits long before Virgo recognizes them. Overthinking is the first storm cloud that gathers in Virgo's sky. They have an incredible ability to analyze situations from every angle, which serves them well in planning but often sabotages them emotionally. A small comment, a change in tone, a shift in routine, Virgo's mind pounces on it like a detective on a clue. What others brush off, they dissect. What others forget, they file away. What others ignore, they catalog and revisit. Virgo can take a minor misunderstanding and nurture it into a full mental investigation. They replay conversations, reinterpret expressions, examine possibilities, and predict outcomes with the seriousness of someone solving a crime rather than navigating a simple moment of human imperfection. Their partner may feel suffocated by this silent investigation, sensing that Virgo's brain is always running, always examining, always preparing for something that hasn't even happened. This mental churn, meant to bring clarity, often produces the opposite: confusion, distance, emotional fatigue. Criticism is the second shadow, a softer one on the surface, but sharper once it lands. Virgo genuinely believes they are helping when they point out a misstep or offer a small improvement. They intend to uplift. They want things to function smoothly, to operate efficiently, to grow steadily. They critique not to belittle but to build. Yet their words, polished and precise, can sting more than they expect. Their corrections often arrive without cushioning, without emotional context, without the soft wrapping that other signs instinctively provide. They point out flaws with the same directness they use to fix a spreadsheet, clean, logical, and unfiltered. To a partner, this can feel like judgment, like being measured against an invisible standard they never agreed to. The sting is rarely intentional, but it is real. Virgo must learn that improvement is not always the priority. Sometimes comfort is. Emotional restraint forms another layer of Virgo's shadows, subtle, quiet, and deeply misunderstood. Virgo feels deeply, that is never the issue. But they do not express those feelings freely, spontaneously, or without careful evaluation. They fear saying too much, revealing too much, or losing control of their inner balance. Their partner may feel as though Virgo is always holding something back, always editing themselves emotionally, always offering the polished version rather than the raw truth. Virgo's silence can feel like distance, even when it is simply protection. Protection for themselves, for their partner, for the stability they treasure. They rarely explode, rarely shout, rarely break their calm exterior. But this calmness can create a sense of emotional invisibility. Partners may wonder, what are they really feeling? What do they want? Are they hurt? Are they happy? Virgo knows, but they may not say it until they've processed every angle. This restraint, intended to maintain harmony, often creates an emotional barrier instead. High expectations are perhaps Virgo's most misunderstood shadow. They want the best for everyone: better habits, better outcomes, better behavior, better communication. They encourage growth because they believe growth leads to ease, to peace, to a life free of unnecessary suffering. But in their quest for improvement, Virgo can forget that humans are not projects. They forget that perfection is not required for love, and that flaws are sometimes the cracks where intimacy grows. Their partner may feel constantly evaluated, not out of cruelty but out of Virgo's desire to uplift. Virgo doesn't realize that sometimes their push for better can make others feel not good enough. They hold themselves to impossibly high standards and assume others want or need the same. But relationships are not exams, and love is not measured through performance. Virgo must learn that good enough is not failure, it is peace. Precision is Virgo's gift, but it is also their accidental weapon. Their ability to observe fine details makes them excellent partners when offering support, but those same details can turn into points of critique when conflict arises. A Virgo almost never lashes out, never unleashes words in anger. But when they do speak in difficult moments, their words are painfully accurate. They strike the truth directly, unsoftened, and their accuracy can feel like emotional surgery performed without anesthesia. Their partner may feel cut open by Virgo's exactness, even if the intention was simply to address the issue with honesty. Virgo rarely intends to wound, they often don't even realize their words were sharp. But their precision can slice when they least expect it. The greatest challenge for Virgo, and the greatest lesson, is understanding that love does not always need improvement. Love sometimes needs softness, not strategy. Presence, not analysis. Feeling, not fixing. Virgo believes solutions are gifts, but sometimes solutions are obstacles. Their instinct is to repair everything that feels uneasy, but some emotions, some conflicts, some vulnerabilities are not meant to be solved. They are meant to be shared. Virgo must learn to sit with discomfort, to allow ambiguity, to embrace imperfection in themselves and others. They must learn that closeness is born not from evaluation but from empathy. Yet even in these shadows, there is something deeply human, deeply tender, deeply admirable. Virgo's flaws are not rooted in malice, they are rooted in care. Their overthinking comes from wanting to understand. Their criticism comes from wanting to help. Their restraint comes from wanting to protect. Their expectations come from wanting the best. Their precision comes from wanting truth and clarity. These shadows soften dramatically when Virgo becomes aware of their impact and chooses to adjust, to listen, to open, to allow the relationship to breathe without constant improvement. Loving a Virgo is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. Because once they learn that love does not always require fixing, they become one of the most grounding, loyal, and deeply considerate partners one could ever hope for. Their shadows are simply the inverse of their gifts, and when understood, they reveal just how extraordinary Virgo truly is. Zodiac signs that challenge Virgo in marriage. Some signs don't clash with Virgo because of a lack of love or potential, but because the very texture of their energy moves in directions that feel unnatural, unsettling, or too fast for Virgo's methodical rhythm. Virgo approaches life with a careful, intentional touch, measured steps, thoughtful decisions, stable routines, and an almost sacred respect for order. They construct life like a series of interconnected foundations, each supporting the next. But there are signs whose essence is built on motion, spontaneity, unpredictability, and freedom so expansive that Virgo can feel swept up in a whirlwind before they've even had a moment to find their footing. These signs don't mean harm, they simply operate on frequencies that, to Virgo, feel like emotional static instead of music. Sagittarius presents the most striking contrast to Virgo's nature. Where Virgo is grounded in earth, Sagittarius lives in the open air, wide vistas, broad horizons, endless possibilities. Sagittarius is spontaneous, adventurous, driven by instinct rather than analysis. They wake up one morning wanting to book a last-minute flight or start a new project purely because the whim feels exciting. They leap first and assess the consequences mid-air. To Sagittarius, life is a landscape of exploration, and structure often feels like confinement. Virgo, however, finds security in preparation. They analyze before committing, consider every detail, and ensure the path is solid before taking a step. What energizes Sagittarius can overwhelm Virgo. What comforts Virgo can bore Sagittarius. These different rhythms create both fascination and friction. Sagittarius is drawn to Virgo's steadiness, intelligence, and quietly thoughtful demeanor. Virgo admires Sagittarius's boldness and ability to move freely without fear. But admiration alone doesn't erase the tension. Sagittarius's unpredictability shakes the structure Virgo relies on, leaving Virgo feeling anxious or unmoored. Meanwhile, Virgo's careful planning can make Sagittarius feel trapped, as though spontaneity is being smothered under layers of caution. Sagittarius may interpret Virgo's guidance as criticism, while Virgo interprets Sagittarius's spontaneity as recklessness. Their love can feel like two travelers walking the same path but at entirely different speeds, one ready to run, the other stopping to read every map. Gemini brings a different kind of challenge, an intellectual match on the surface, both ruled by Mercury. Gemini and Virgo can talk for hours, exchange ideas with ease, and keep each other mentally stimulated. But this shared love of thought does not guarantee shared stability. Gemini is air, light, changeable, curious. They move through interests quickly, shifting focus the moment something new captures their imagination. Virgo, by contrast, prefers depth, deep analysis, deep understanding, deep refinement. Gemini thrives on variety. Virgo thrives on mastery. This creates a dance where Virgo is trying to build structure as Gemini is breezing past it, already interested in something else. Virgo wants clarity, defined expectations, reliable patterns, a sense of emotional and logistical order. Gemini enjoys ambiguity, flexibility, and options. Gemini finds Virgo's carefulness constraining, while Virgo finds Gemini's inconsistency draining. Gemini's social spontaneity can unsettle Virgo, who needs mental space to process and restore. Virgo's quest for precision can irritate Gemini, who experiences constant refinement as nitpicking. And yet, their communication is extraordinary. They understand each other mentally in ways many other signs never will. But communication alone cannot stabilize a rhythm when one partner is a shifting breeze and the other is a structured blueprint. The instability doesn't come from lack of affection but from the mismatched pace at which they approach life. Gemini's unpredictability introduces a level of chaos that Virgo's nervous system simply isn't built for. Virgo's structured approach introduces a level of predictability that Gemini's restless spirit resists. Both feel misunderstood in ways they cannot easily articulate. Relationships between Virgo and these signs, Sagittarius and Gemini, can work, but they demand extraordinary patience on both sides. Sagittarius must slow down enough to notice Virgo's need for stability, security, and detail, to understand that Virgo's caution is not fear but devotion. Virgo must loosen their grip on structure, allowing space for spontaneity, accepting that adventure doesn't equal danger. Gemini must practice consistency and presence, grounding their whirlwind thoughts so Virgo feels safe. Virgo must accept that not everything can be perfected, that sometimes motion itself is the lesson. These partnerships require compromise, not the superficial kind but deep, intentional compromise rooted in respect for each other's differences. Virgo must learn to let go of control. Sagittarius must learn to consider consequences. Gemini must learn to slow down. And all must learn to steady the rhythm between freedom and structure. When that balance is found, something rare emerges. A marriage that blends movement with meaning, spontaneity with stability, and wild exploration with grounded love. The soul of a Virgo marriage: growth, steadiness, and unwavering loyalty. At the center of a Virgo marriage lies a kind of devotion that is becoming increasingly rare in a world built on speed, distraction, and instant gratification. Virgo does not leap into love, does not chase romance for thrill, and does not confuse desire with partnership. For them, love is not a spark, it is a structure. It is not an accident, it is a deliberate creation. Virgo approaches marriage the way a master craftsman approaches a lifelong project, with steady hands, watchful eyes, and a quiet reverence for the magnitude of what they are building. They don't rush, they don't improvise, they don't gamble on emotion alone. Instead, they build something meant to withstand seasons, storms, and the shifting landscapes of time. Their love deepens through practice, patience, and the kind of care that continues long after the novelty has faded. With a Virgo spouse, you receive a partner who remembers the smallest details, not for advantage, but for intimacy. They remember your dislikes and secret comforts, the way your voice softens when you're tired, the exact phrasing of the joke that always makes you laugh. They remember the story you told months ago, the offhand dream you mentioned once before bed, the fear you confessed only indirectly. Virgo's memory is not a vault but a garden. They store these details because they use them to nurture the relationship in ways that feel personal, thoughtful, and deeply grounding. To them, remembering is a form of love, proof that they see you fully. You also receive a guardian, someone who protects the relationship not with dramatic gestures but with quiet, fierce consistency. Virgo safeguards emotional safety the way others guard physical space. They anticipate conflict before it escalates. They adjust routines to reduce stress. They step in when life grows heavy, lightening your burdens without needing acknowledgement. Their protection is subtle, woven into decisions, actions, and daily choices. You rarely see Virgo's defense mechanisms flare outward, but you feel their shield around you. Their loyalty is quiet but armor-like, their commitment is invisible but unshakable. Then there is the healer within Virgo, gentle, patient, and unafraid of the slow work required to mend emotional bruises. Virgo smooths rough edges with kindness, not through avoidance but through thoughtful presence. When tension arises, they do not abandon the moment or rush to patch it with false positivity. Instead, they approach the discomfort with empathy and logic, creating space for healing that doesn't feel forced. They believe in the repair more than the rupture. Virgo uses tenderness as a tool of transformation, bringing calmness to chaos and clarity to confusion. They heal not by fixing you, but by creating an environment where you can safely mend yourself. And always, beneath everything, is the builder, a Virgo's most profound role in a marriage. They construct stability the way some build houses, laying foundations patiently, checking for cracks regularly, making improvements where needed, and ensuring the structure can hold the weight of two lives intertwined. Virgo builds comfort through predictability, emotional safety through dependability, and trust through consistency. They know that stability is not a single decision but 1,000 small decisions made correctly, respectfully, and lovingly. With Virgo, home is not a place, it is an emotional architecture you inhabit together. Their love doesn't demand attention because it doesn't need spectacle to prove its depth. Virgo's love is not loud because loudness is temporary. Instead, it is constant, a steady heartbeat beneath daily life. It is reliable, showing up in ways so consistent they become the rhythm of the relationship. It is deeply loyal, firm in its dedication, unwavering even in difficult seasons. Virgo does not give up easily. They invest, repair, refine, and recommit. Once they choose you, truly choose you, their loyalty settles into the foundation like stone. It rarely fades, rarely fractures, rarely wavers, because Virgo's love is built to last, not to entertain. To be loved by a Virgo is to be known in the precise, gentle way only someone who pays close attention can know you. It is to be supported quietly, cared for without condition, held emotionally without being smothered, encouraged without being pushed. It is to experience a love that grows not in bursts but in layers, deepening, expanding, strengthening, and settling into something profoundly durable. A Virgo marriage is not merely a partnership, it is an evolving masterpiece shaped by devotion, intention, and the unspoken vow that love is not a moment but a lifelong craft.